Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results and spoilers for your WWE main event. But first, you got birthdays. This video is on your March the 2nd, Raw. Birthdays for March 1st, General Adnan, 1939. Mike Tenay, 1955. Booker T, 1965. Scotty Riggs, 1971. Big E, 1986. Emma, 1989. Rounding out birthdays, Kyle O'Reilly, 1987. Birthdays for March the 6th, Deborah McMichael, 1960. Lance Cade, 1981. Earlier on Monday, Matt Hardy teased that he was going to marry, over the weekend, he teased that he was going to marry his first couple. Today's first, the ordained Reverend, #broken Matt Hardy, is marrying his first couple. The ceremony shall be absolutely wonderful, as Hardy wrote on Twitter. And I'll show you a link to that right here. Later on, Matt posted the photo with a happy couple and commented on the practically perfect ceremony. I officiated my first wedding today. I bonded these two vessels in holy matrimony. When I pronounced them as man and wife, a gust from the heavens blew over the arbor, rendering it #broken. It made the ceremony practically perfect. Also noted, Matt's WWE contract is up on Sunday, but WWE officials have reportedly looked to keep him within the company. There have been talks of Hardy going to the NXT brand, as Matt has teased signing with every major wrestling promotion out there. Matt has been announced for the big event 18 in Queens, New York, on Sunday, Saturday, March the 7th, thus being after WWE. This will be Matt's first post-WWE convention appearance. The Undertaker, WWE Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman, Hall of Famer Bret Hart, and others have also been announced for the event as well. As noted before, Matt confirmed on YouTube that he left his WWE contract expired this weekend. He is now a free agent. Also noted, on Monday, WWE issued an announcement to confirm that Matt's contract has expired. They also wished him best in future endeavors and thanked him for the contributions he has made to WWE. WWE's announcement came after Matt revealed at midnight that he left his contract expire. He is now officially a free agent. Matt took to Twitter to thank everyone for their support and comment on what's next. I'm very grateful for all the love and support I've received today. Whatever it may be, let's make the next chapter of this story absolutely exhilarating, he wrote. Matt also responded to WWE's announcement and thanked him back. Thank you at WWE and at WWE Universe. Love you guys, he wrote. Still no word yet on if Matt is headed to AEW or not. There have been recent talk of a possible role with WWE NXT. Stay tuned for more updates as I get them for the pro wrestling veteran. Well, John Morrison has posted a video of him in a backyard wrestling ring at this link. As WWE's new Chronicle documentary on the SmackDown superstar, John Morrison, now available for viewing on the WWE Network. The special premiered after WWE Worlds Collide went off the air. Previously, Morrison revealed that a butt dial from WWE Chairman and CEO Vince McMahon actually led to his return. As noted earlier, Hall of Famer Mick Foley was hosting a garage sale for a charity, Christmas Magic, in Long Island over the weekend. Foley updated the evening on Twitter that he made $4,000 for the charity. Foley also tweeted a huge thank you to everyone who packed at Fourth World Comics in Smithtown, New York. Today, with only 3 days' notice, we raised $4,000 for #Christmas Magic. I found great homes for my stuff. It was a nice day, indeed. Christmas Magic is a nonprofit with the mission to collect donations for Long Island's homeless and underprivileged children and their families. Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia is now advertising a tag team elimination chamber match for the upcoming chamber pay-per-view. Arena recently updated their listing for the pay-per-view and now has the Usos versus Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The Usos versus Ziggler and Roode versus Heavy Machinery versus Lucha House Party versus New Day versus new SmackDown Tag Team Champions Morrison and Miz. Inside the chamber structure were the Blue Brand Tag Team titles on the line. Morrison and Miz just defeated the New Day for the titles at WWE Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia on Thursday. The arena previously had other chamber matches advertised, with the winner going on to challenge for the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania 36. Participants listed were Rude, Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura, King Corbin, Daniel Bryan, and WWE Intercontinental Champion Braun Strowman. That match, which was never officially announced by WWE, was no longer advertised by the arena. It was believed that the lineup would change, but that Reigns and some of the others would remain in the match. Reigns was expected to win that advertised chamber match to go on to WrestleMania 36 and to challenge The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, for the Universal title at WrestleMania 36. The Fiend dropped the title to Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia on Thursday. And Reigns then confronted him on SmackDown, and it looked like WWE found another way to get Reigns versus the Universal Champion at WrestleMania 36. With the arena pulling that match, no word yet on if there will be a men's elimination chamber match with single competitors. Noted last week that it appeared that WWE had plans for a second women's elimination chamber match after Lacey Evans referenced being in the chamber during a SmackDown segment. WWE still has not announced that SmackDown Women's Chamber match, but they could be that form a tag team between Naomi and Lacey Evans as they were on SmackDown. And the arena has not advertised it as of this video. Speculation was that Evans and 5 other SmackDown superstars will compete to determine the WrestleMania 36 opponent for SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. I'll let you know if WWE confirms that second women's chamber match. Of course, they got Raw. Why not SmackDown? The only chamber match confirmed for the pay-per-view is the Raw Women's Elimination Chamber, and that match will see Shayna Baszler, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Liv Morgan, and Women's Tag Team Champion Asuka. That might be changed because of Asuka's recent injury. She got a wrist injury or arm injury. They announced on Raw, as you will see in the video later. With the winner going on to WrestleMania 36 to challenge Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Baszler is still expected to win the chamber match. The 2020 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view will take place March 8th, this coming Sunday, from Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This will be the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania 36. Stay tuned for more updates as you get every event, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. They will probably change them up. New 2020 Hall of Famer will be announced on Tuesday night as a main announcement. WB on Fox Twitter account revealed on, I think it was Sunday evening, that tomorrow, it was Monday night, that tomorrow's WWE Backstage episode on FX1 at 11 p.m. will feature the next member of the 2020 Hall of Fame class. I'm doing this video on Tuesday as well. Jeff Hardy was previously announced for this week's Backstage episode. Also seen in a tweet, Fox is asking fans to submit their questions for Hardy. WWE has previously announced the Bella Twins, Batista, the NWO, Hogan, Hall, and Nash, and Waltman for the 2020 Hall of Fame class. Other rumored names are JBL, Jushin Thunder Liger, who has also announced his retirement tour, and the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. 2020 Hall of Fame induction ceremony will take place April 2nd from the Amalie Arena in Tampa, Florida. As part of WrestleMania 36 week, Hall of Famer leader Amy Dumas is partnering with Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim and former WWE and Impact star Christy Hemme for a new kayfabe project. The trio has launched a Kickstarter campaign at this link to fund the project. The campaign launched at 6:30 Eastern Time. As of this video, actually it was last night, whenever I got the news, already has raised $21,545 of a $400,000 goal with 39 backers. The tagline for the project is kayfabe, real wrestling, real wrestlers, real stories. The Kickstarter campaign notes that these truth-telling renegades with a mission to create impactful, female-centric professional wrestling content. Full details on the project can be seen in their Kickstarter story in that link. And at the page, on the page listed, it notes that kayfabe will be 1 hour pro wrestling show that is a 50% story and 50% in-ring action. Dumas, Hemi, and Kim are partnering with several producers and other behind-the-scenes talents, and some on-screen talents as well, who have experience working with WWE, Impact, and other promotions. The Kickstarter page lists the various jobs for the following people: Kim, Dumas, Hemi, Jimmy Jacobs, Chavo Guerrero, Tom Casiello, David Sahadi, Doug Laval, Jordy Sienkiewicz, Brian Edwards, Sebastian Sokolowski, Javier Lovato, Alicia Edwards, Curtis Blank, D.S. Shin, and Jeffrey Lamont Brown. Kickstarter page shows that how they plan to allocate funds in their stretch goals. It was noted that $400,000 will see $275,000 go to pilot production, $64,000 to go to rewards for backers, $36,000 to platform fees and credit card processing, and $25,000 to operational costs. Spoilers for main event episode: Shelton Benjamin defeated Kurt Hawkins. Akira Tozawa defeated Eric Young. EY. The final Raw opens up prior to Elimination Chamber from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, as the pyro goes off. Tom Phillips welcomes us. He's joined in by Byron Sexton and Hall of Famer Jerry King Lawler. They go over tonight's show. And we go right to the ring. Out comes WWE Champion Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman. Heyman begins his usual introductions. My name is Paul Heyman. And he apologizes and says it's their job to come out and hype WrestleMania 36 tonight. And this is the most loaded WrestleMania in history. But the main event is a sham. Fans boo. Heyman says everyone knows it. They want to sell you on Drew McIntyre, but Drew is a hyped up fraud. Fans boo that. Heyman goes on about the Royal Rumble match and what happened with Drew eliminating Lesnar. That doesn't mean that Drew can't beat Brock, let alone at WrestleMania. Heyman calls Drew a stupid big B word that's going to get squashed. But the music interrupts. Out comes number one contender himself. Drew hits the ring and they tear each other down. Lesnar goes to exit the ring, but stops to turn around with nothing but smiles. Lesnar charges him, but Drew meets him in the middle of the ring with a Claymore kick. As fans pop, Lesnar is laid out. Drew marches to the stage as his music hits. A Sean Heyman checks on Lesnar in the ring as we go to replays. Lesnar struggles to get back to his feet as the You Deserve It chant breaks out from the crowd. Fans start chanting again and singing, na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye. Wasn't making Lesnar any happy as Heyman helps him out of the ring. Lesnar is furious as he backs up the ramp, clutching his title. Drew suddenly runs back out from around the corner and levels Lesnar on the stage with another Claymore. Fans pop for Drew again. Drew grabs the WWE title this time and raises it over Lesnar as the fans cheer him on. Drew then yells out and drops the title. Fan chant one more Claymore. Lesnar slowly gets up, but Drew puts it right back down with the third Claymore. Drew yells at Lesnar. A holy crap breaks out from the crowd again. Lesnar is laid out again. Drew stands tall as his music starts back up, and he points at the WrestleMania 36 banner. Heyman checks on Lesnar again as we go to replays. Back to commercial. Raw Tag Team title match. Street Profits versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. Well, Seth Rollins and Murphy are your current tag team champions until I read you the results. Back from the break, out comes the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. This is billed as a now or never title shot from the Profits. They celebrate with the crowd and hit the ring to take the mics. They talk about how it's now or never for them winning the titles tonight. We want the smoke. Chant breaks out from the crowd. Out next are the Raw Tag Team Champions, Seth Rollins and Murphy, with the Authors of Pain. Power roll goes off as they head to the ring. A common wrestler stand guard on the stage as Rollins greets the people at ringside. We get formal ring introductions from Mike Rome. Rollins and Murphy attack from before the bell. Before his introductions, even before the bell rings, Ford and Dawkins quickly turn it around and send the champions back out to the floor. Ford then leaps out of the ring, but they catch him in midair and launch him into the barrier. Dawkins checks on Ford as we go to commercial. Back to the ring, Murphy is going at it with Dawkins. Ford is still down on the outside. Bell still has the ring. Murphy sends Dawkins out to the floor now. Rollins goes after Dawkins, but gets dropped on his face. Murphy comes out, but Dawkins catches him and launches him into the barrier as AOP watches from the stage. Ford is back on the apron. Now it's a fan cheer him on. Ford tags in and leaps out, taking the champions down on the outside. Ford brings him back in, but Murphy sends him to the apron. Ford springboards in with a crossbody to take both opponents down. Somewhere between there, the report, because they were at split screen during most of this, the bell rang, and the match was on. Ford sends Murphy over the top to the floor. Rollins goes for Ford, but Ford counters with a DDT and standing moonsault for a close 2 count. Rollins comes back with a sling blade on Ford as Rollins charges and misses the stomp. Ford and Rollins tangle some more. Rollins with a buckle bomb as Murphy gets a kick up in the corner for the double team. Dawkins saves the pin attempt. Dawkins rocks Rollins as he flies back in now. Murphy makes a save and they send Dawkins into the ring post. Rollins tags back in for another buckle bomb, but it backfires. Murphy accidentally kicked Rollins. Murphy misses a double stomp from the top. Ford sends Murphy to the floor as Rollins rolls forward for a 2 count. Ford fights Rollins off and plays to the crowd for a pop. Ford goes to the top, but Rollins shoves him off to the floor as he lands hard. Rollins rocks him. Rollins calls for Alcom and Rezard to come to ringside. Fans boo them. Rollins distracts the referee, but AOP is seen at ringside, and the referee ejects him immediately from ringside. They don't get any action in at all. Rollins and the others start distracting the referee by arguing. Kevin Owens appears, runs into the ring from the crowd and drops Rollins with a stunner. Murphy and AOP chase Owens away back to the crowd. Ford and Dawkins take advantage as Ford hits the big top rope rock splash for the pin and win the titles in the middle ring. Winners and new tag team champions is Street Profits. After the match, Ford and Dawkins celebrate with the titles as music hits. We see fans in the crowd with their red cups in the air. We go to replays. We won't smoke cups. Back for the break, Charlie Caruso stops Seth Rollins and Murphy backstage. Rollins reveals that they will get a title rematch from the Street Profits at Elimination Chamber. Rollins also addresses Kevin Owens and says Owens can name the time and place, but Rollins will crucify him when he gets his hands on him. Next up, we get another title match, 24/7 title. Ricochet versus Riddick Moss. Back to the ring, out comes Ricochet first. 24/7 champion Riddick Moss is waiting in the ring. As Tom says, the regular 24/7 rules are suspended during the title match. The bell rings, and they go at it. Ricochet counters and takes it to the corner. For chops, they run the ropes, and Moss levels Ricochet. Running right over him, Moss works Ricochet over in the corner now. Moss clubs Ricochet back to the mat and talks some more trash while he's down. Pancha, who are you at Moss? Ricochet mounts some offense, but Moss catches a crossbody in midair. Moss launches Ricochet over the top rope to the floor with a big follow-away slam. Ricochet lands hard as we go to commercial. Back to the ring, Moss continues to control the match. Ricochet fights back with shots to the ribs and some more offense. Ricochet with running thrust in the corner and a big kick to the face in the corner. Moss avoids a shot, but a shot from the top and nails a big back elbow to the face. Ricochet comes right back and brings Moss from the top with a hurricanrana. Ricochet nails a standing shooting star press for a close hit count in the middle ring. Ricochet rocks Moss again and lifts him on his shoulders, but Moss nails another big elbow to the face. Moss then fights free, but Ricochet nails it in scary. Moss catches a super kick and nails a huge clubbing shot in midair. Moss then manhandles Ricochet and drives him into the mat. Neck first. Moss covers for the pin to retain. After the match, Moss stands tall as we go to replace. Moss poses in the corner with the title as Ricochet recovers on the mat. So the come segment, AJ Styles versus Aleister Black. We see the OC attacking AJ last week on Raw, and the OC backstage getting ready now. Back to commercial. Back from the break in a Firefly Funhouse with Bray Wyatt is announced for SmackDown. The promo mentions John Cena versus White at WrestleMania 36. We see Asuka hyping Kairi Sane up backstage. Carl Anderson versus Aleister Black was your first match as AJ changed his mind. We go to the ring. Out comes the OC, AJ Styles, with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They head to the ring after pyro goes off. Tom shows us how The Undertaker made a surprise appearance in a Kuwait Mountain Trophy Gauntlet match at WWE Super Showdown last week, defeating AJ to win the match. AJ takes the mic and says he's not in a good mood. He should be out here with a beautiful trophy, but someone deprived him of that honor. The Undertaker. Fans are chanting for Taker now. AJ continues chanting, showing a video of Mark Wahlberg giving him advice on dealing with Taker, which was done to promote one of Wahlberg's new movies. AJ says he's on a collision course with Taker and he hopes Taker is watching the match with Aleister Black tonight. AJ wants Taker to consider this a warning. But AJ says Taker is a legend who is trying to hold onto the spotlight. That's not his anymore. It's AJ's. Music interrupts. Out comes Black. Black slowly marches to the ring as the OC looks on. AJ takes the mic before the belt and says Black will get his fight, but someone didn't read the contract. AJ said Black has to go through Anderson if he wants to get to him. Of course, it's your unmentioned gauntlet match. Bell rings, and Anderson and Black go at it. Black sends Anderson to the floor early on, then knocks Gallows back. Black follows and drops Anderson with a kick to the head. Black stares AJ down as we go to commercial. Back for the ring, Anderson fights Black off, dropping him in the middle of the ring for a 2 count. Anderson grounds Black again. Black fights up and out, but Anderson decks him as AJ and Gallows watch from ringside. Black drops Anderson a few more times and mounts offense. Black sweeps the leg and nails a drop kick to the face. Black nails the second rope moonsault. Black nails Black mask on Anderson for the pin and the win. Match number 1. After the match, AJ looks shocked as Black celebrates with the win and stands tall. Rome announces the next match now. AJ enters the ring and takes a bite, telling Black to hold on. AJ reveals that Black now has to face Gallows to get the match with AJ. Gallows versus Black. Gallows immediately attacks Aleister Black and takes him to the floor, sending him into the barrier. AJ cheers Gallows on as the referee tries to restore order. The bell rings after Gallows brings him back into the ring. Gallows runs into two big boots from Black. Black with more kicks and boots. Gallows comes back with a boot of his own to level Black. Gallows drops an elbow to the chest. Gallows with a running elbow into the corner for a 2 count. Gallows unloads with elbows to keep Black grounded as AJ cheers him on from ringside. Gallows with a headlock now. Black fights up and out, then drops Gallows with a running knee to the gut. Gallows counters and sends Black through the ropes to the floor as Carl Anderson and AJ approach Black on the floor as he goes back to commercial. Back for the break. Black is making a comeback on Gallows with kicks. Gallows catches the kick and beats him into the corner. Gallows unloads as the referee warns him and he backs him off. Gallows goes right back to work as the referee calls a disqualification. Wouldn't stop after the 5 count. After the bell, fans boo as Anderson and Gallows double team Black in the corner. AJ laughs as he steps into the ring. Gallows and Anderson with a magic killer on Black. Referee check on Black as AJ gets ready for his match. And your third match of the gauntlet. Styles versus Black. Aleister Black tells the referee he's good to go as he stumbles to his feet. Fan chant for the Undertaker. The bell rings and Black swings at AJ Styles, but he falls. AJ taunts Black and nails a flying clothesline in the corner. Referee checks on Black again as he tries to pull himself up. AJ rocks him in the face. Black lands 1 strike but falls again. AJ runs into a kick. AJ is upset now. Black blocks a shot and mounts some more strikes. AJ with a backbreaker. AJ with a big brain buster and more trash talking as the fans boo him. AJ goes to the apron to springboard in with a phenomenal forearm, and AJ nails it. Then mocks the Undertaker by crossing Black's arms and pinning him like Taker does. Pinned him at Super Showdown. After the match, OC stands tall as music hits. AJ goes to the corner and poses as we go to replays. Charlie Caruso is backstage with Ruby Riott. She shows us how Ruby returned last month and attacked Liv Morgan. Of course, last month was last week. We also see Liv attacking Ruby in the Elimination Chamber contract signing last week. Charlie reveals that Liv versus Ruby will take place tonight with Sarah Logan as a special referee. Charlie asks Ruby if she saw the Riot Squad breaking up like they did. Ruby talks about people not staying loyal and says she's only responsible for herself now. She goes on and is confident about winning the Chamber match this Sunday, saying there are no friends inside the Chamber as Riot walks off. Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riot was up next. We've got the ring out comes first. Liv Morgan. She hits the ropes, poses in the corner with smiles on her face when she goes back to commercial. Back to the break, we see Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch talking to a staffer in the back. Back to the ring, out comes Ruby Riot. Special guest referee Sarah Logan is also out now. Logan calls for the belt, and Riot charges. Driving Liv back into the corner to get things going. Liv comes back with a missile drop kick. Liv with a hip attack out of the corner. Liv goes on for gets a 2 count. Liv screams out at Ruby while grounding her. Riot makes it to the bottom rope to break the hold. Ruby shoves Liv to the corner. More back and forth. As Ruby takes control now, Logan warns her. Ruby takes Liv down and yells at Logan to ask her if she quits. Ruby keeps Liv down, manhandling her and talking trash. Liv fights up and out of the hole, but Riot drops her with a knee strike. Ruby unloads with kicks in the corner. Logan counts, but Ruby takes advantage of her count. Ruby and Logan have words now. Liv unloads and mounts offense with strikes. Ruby catches her with a flat ladder out of nowhere for a 2 count. Ruby accidentally hits Logan on the kick out, and Logan isn't happy. Ruby launches herself at Liv and takes her down for a close 2 count. Ruby and Logan argue over the count now. Ruby shoves Logan. Liv comes from behind and takes advantage, rolling Ruby up for the pin and the win. Fast 3 count. 3. After the match, with Logan's fast count, Ruby yells at Logan, but gets shoved back to the mat. Liv runs over and drop kicks Ruby to the mat. Logan takes out Liv with a big shot from the side with nothing but a backhand slap. Logan is all smiles and she exits the ring with her music hits, leaving Liv and Riot laid out. Teasing the all women for yourself match. We see Randy Orton backstage, back to commercial. Back for the break, and we see what Randy Orton did to Hall of Famer Edge on the post-Royal Rumble edition of Raw. Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix will be here tonight to give an update on her husband, which will be your main event. Still to come, Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. This match was supposedly to be Shayna Baszler versus Asuka. We see No Way Jose backstage dancing with his conga line. They come up on Eric Rowan and his mystery cage. Joe asks if he can please see what's in the cage. Rowan says all he's been waiting for is a guy who asks respectfully like Jose did. To see what's in the cage, Rowan says he's going to show Jose and all of his friends what's in the cage. Rowan brings out a really large tarantula. Looked like a robotic tarantula. And everyone runs away terrified. Screaming, Rowan chuckles and he puts his pet back in the cage. Back to commercial. Back for the break, and we see what Drew McIntyre did to Brock Lesnar earlier tonight. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler was up next. We'll go back to the ring. Out comes women's tag team champions, Kabuki Warriors. Kairi Sane with Asuka. Asuka was originally scheduled for this match, but she's wearing a left wrist frame. I haven't seen any news on that. So I was thinking swerve, but stay tuned for the results. Asuka takes the mic and says Shayna Baszler is lucky tonight because she's injured. Sane also takes the mic and says they both rant on tonight's match. Music interrupts and out comes Baszler. Back and forth to start the match. Baszler with the offense. Sane drops Baszler and taunts her, telling her to kiss her rear. Sane goes for the sliding forearm, but it's blocked. They tangle some more and trade counters. Sane ducks her forearm, but Baszler catches her with a big spine buster in the middle ring. Baszler stomps away on Sane's ankle as Asuka yells from ringside. Baszler stares Asuka down and goes back to kicking Sane around. Baszler keeps control and sends Sane shoulder first into the ring post. Sane tries to make a comeback, but Baszler goes for a submission. Sane sends Baszler to the apron, but she then runs into a kick to the head. Baszler gets a 2 count. Baszler goes back to work on the ankle taunting Asuka while bending the leg and the knee back. Asuka continues screaming in pain from ringside. Shane tries to fight back, but Baszler stands on the ankle and taunts Asuka some more. Baszler stomps on Shane's ankle some more. Asuka gets on the apron for the distraction, but Shane rolls Baszler up for a 2 count. Baszler comes right back with a big kick for Shane for a close 2 count. Music interrupts. Out comes Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch. Lynch stands on the stage and raises the title as the smoke goes off. Baszler avoids the distraction and tosses Shane out to the floor in front of Asuka. Baszler turns her attention to Becky, and they talk trash from the ring and the stage. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and Shane mounts a comeback on Baszler. Baszler rocks her and delivers a shot to the gut. Lynch is on commentary now. Shane counters a suplex and drops Baszler with a big DDT. Becky is wearing Lawler's count at the announce table. Not very many people get to wear the crown of Jerry the King Lawler, but my daughter actually wore it because she actually asked him to wear it, and he said yes. Baszler and Shane trade strikes in the middle of the ring. Now, but being the man, I guess Lawler agreed for her to wear it. Baszler kicks Shane down. Shane catches the kick and drops Baszler on her face. Shane then nails a swinging neck breaker. Shane yells out for a pop as Asuka cheers her on. Shane with a running forearm in the corner goes up top for his insane elbow, but Baszler jumps up and kicks her out of midair. Baszler climbs up and hits a gut wrench superplex for the top, but Shane kicks out too. Shane makes another comeback and goes up top for the big elbow again, but Baszler gets her kick up and nails the elbow. Baszler applies the Kayfabe clutch sleeper for a submission win. As immediately she gets in, tap. After the match, Baszler stands tall as the music plays. Becky stands up at the announce table and raises her title in the air. Baszler applies the Kayfabe clutch again to Shane. Becky continues running her mouth from the announce table as Baszler breaks the hold and exits the ring. Sarah Schreiber is backstage with Rey Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo. They address tonight's tag team match, and Rey says this whole thing will end when and how they want it to. Rey and Humberto versus Angel Garza and Andrade. Didn't I predict this match? It happened a couple of weeks ago. When Andrade come back from a suspension. We'll go back to the ring out first because Rey Mysterio. Rey hits the ring and poses as we go to commercial. Back to the break, we see how Humberto Carrillo made his entrance via the split screen during the commercial. U.S. Champion Andrade was out next with Zelina Vega. Angel Garza came out last. Garza hops the barrier as an older fan kisses him on the cheek. He actually had 2 people kiss him on the cheek. The bell rings and Carrillo goes at it with Andrade. They unload on each other. Carrillo sends Andrade to the floor to regroup early on. Rey leaps off the apron at Andrade, but Andrade drives him into the barrier. Andrade rams Carrillo back into the barrier now. Andrade brings Carrillo back in the ring and stomps away. Andrade unloads on Carrillo again and yells out. Garza tags in for a double team backdrop on Carrillo. Garza keeps his cousin grounded. Garza takes Carrillo to the corner with a big chop. Garza wedges Carrillo in the second turnbuckle and drives knees into him. Andrade tags in for some more stomps in the corner. Vega looks on as Andrade works Carrillo over in the corner. Carrillo fights off the double team twice. Carrillo keeps going and nails a flying headbutt to Andrade for a quick pin attempt. Carrillo kicks Andrade, but Andrade comes right back and rocks him with a strike. Andrade poses on the middle rope for a pop. Garza stops Carrillo from attacking. Garza goes on and forces Carrillo to snatch his pants off for a pop. We'll get a drop kick, and then Rey flies into the ring. Rey and Carrillo keep the offense going and send their opponents out of the ring to the floor. We got a commercial from that. No split screen. Back for the break. And Carrillo is fighting Andrade off with the forearms. Rey reaches for the tag as Vega barks orders from ringside. Garza interferes while the referee is distracted, dropping Carrillo face first into the apron. Carrillo gets launched into the apron now. Andrade positions Carrillo on the mat, and Garza delivers a big running kick for a close 2 count. Garza grabs Carrillo in the middle of the ring. Garza with an abdominal stretch. Carrillo fights free. Garza stops the tag, but Carrillo lands a jawbreaker. Carrillo drops Garza with an enziguri, Ray and Andrade tag at the same time. Ray unloads and nails a big DDT off the counter. Ray covers for a 2 count. Fan chant for the 619, but Andrade rocks him. Andrade is bleeding from the side of his head now. Ray and Carrillo double team Andrade, sending him to the floor. Carrillo leaps from the top, but Andrade moves and Carrillo smacks his face on a barrier. Back to commercial, back and forth after the break. Garza blocks the 619 and drives his knees into Ray for a 2 count. Vega is furious. Garza takes Ray to the top, but Ray fights him off and hits a destroyer for a 2 count. As Andrade breaks the pin up, Andrade drags Garza over and tags in. Andrade drops Ray with a big elbow. Andrade with a big suplex attempt, but it's blocked. Carrillo tags in with a big drop kick and moonsault to Andrade for a 2 count. Carrillo goes to the top, but Andrade brings him down. Andrade with a running double knees to Carrillo in the corner, but Ray breaks the pin up. Garza grabs Ray, but Ray drops him for the 619. Ray goes for the 619, but stops to drop Andrade into the position as well. Ray goes for the double 619. Ray takes Garza down again on the floor. Carrillo goes up top and nails a moonsault on Andrade for the pin and the win. After the match, Ray and Carrillo stand tall as the music plays. Go to replays. Ray and Carrillo continue their celebration as they exit the arena. We see Beth Phoenix walking backstage, back to commercial. Back to the ring, out comes Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix to the ring. Beth takes the mic and says she appreciates this time on Raw. She's here to give medical update on her husband, Hall of Famer Edge. Before she continues, the music interrupts and out comes Randy Orton. Orton enters the ring and goes to hug Beth, but she backs him away. Orton offers his hand for a shake, but she just stares him down. Beth calls him a son of a B word and says she wouldn't hug him or shake his hand after he did what he did to her husband. Fan chant RKO as Orton takes a seat on the top turnbuckle. Beth says Orton needs to hear this. She's here as a wife because she needs her husband, and she's here as a mother because her kids need their father. She goes on, and Orton steps down to the mat, sizing her up. Orton says it's a certainty that Edge will never wrestle again after what he did to him. Orton admits he owes Beth an explanation. Orton recalls how WWE had a live event in St. Louis back in 1999. His father took him to the event to meet some of the WWE agents because Orton, at 19, wanted to break into the business. Orton says he was a fan at this point. Orton goes on about how Edge shook his father's hand, how he was introduced to Edge, and Edge told him maybe someday they could work together. He talks about working against Edge and stealing the show each night, then becoming the tag team champions together. Orton says he made some bad choices and ended up in a hole, but Edge pulled him out of it, showing him there's more time to life, like having a family. Orton says Edge saved his life. Beth gets emotional now. Orton says he returned the favor and saved Edge's life. Orton realized after the Royal Rumble that Edge thought he was back for good. Orton knew better. Orton knew someone like himself would make a name at Edge's expense. Orton wanted Beth's kids to have their father. Orton says thanks to him, Edge will be able to be there for his kids. Orton did it because he loves Edge. He loves Beth and he loves their 2 little girls. But here's the sad truth. Everyone blames Orton for what he did to Edge. Orton goes on and says Beth knows it's her fault because she's an enabler. Orton says Edge is a junkie for the roar of the crowd, and Beth did nothing to stop him. So Orton had to step in. Orton goes on and says he loves Edge and their daughters more than Beth ever could. Orton says she hurt them. Beth gets upset and slaps Orton. He tosses the mic. Orton is angry now. Beth stares Orton down as she's fuming now. Orton is also furious as he stares her down. Orton calls her a B word. You couldn't hear it. He just mouthed it. Microphone's on the ground. Beth kicks him in the gut, but he turns right back with an RKO in the middle of the ring. Orton makes his exit with Beth being laid out. The crowd looks on, shocked as the officials rush to the ring to check on her. We go to the announcers to play up the seriousness of the situation. We get replays of what just happened. Natalia, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Rey Mysterio, R-Truth, and Hall of Famer Devon Dudley and other officials are tending to Beth in the ring as we get another replay as Beth is setting up now, clutching her neck, as medics tend to her as Raw goes off the air. The dark main event after this week's Raw from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, saw Drew McIntyre defeat Eric Rowan. As Eric didn't have a match earlier in the show, noted Raw this week ended with Randy Orton taking out Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix with the RKO. Drew came out for the dark main event and spoke in support of Beth Phoenix after she was helped to the back. McIntyre has words for her, and calling him a son of a B word, and then challenging him to a fight. Rowan came out instead, and the fans were disappointed, according to correspondent in attendance. The match began, and Drew immediately hit the Claymore kick on Rowan for an easy pin win. Rowan did not have his pet tarantula that was revealed early in the show, which was noted during the post-match promo, thanked the New York City crowd and promised to kick WWE Champion Brock Lesnar's head in at WrestleMania 36. At Battle Club Guy, at this link, says Drew McIntyre defeated Rowan in tonight's dark match. Part of the match was shown at the Angle Radio. At this link, says Drew McIntyre came out after the show was over and made a speech. Hashtag Raw. Go to that link. Again, he posted another link. It said words for Drew McIntyre after the dark match went off the air. That concludes my results for Raw this week and your spoilers for WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you when I'll be here. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.